Hi, my name is Teresa Kovlak, and today we are going to paint outside. So I'm going to tell you some little tips about when you're painting outside. First of all, when you're using your alcohol, you're going to want to fill your little bowl up fairly high so that it doesn't evaporate so fast. And the little bowl that I use is actually made for salt, and it works perfect. The other thing is the smaller the better when working with inks. It's easier because it doesn't evaporate quite so fast. I am using 99% alcohol, but actually 91 would actually work better for painting outside, just because it wouldn't evaporate quite as fast. So let's go ahead and get started here. I got some new colors that we're going to be using. These are all made by Ranger, and I'm super excited to share these with you. I will be working on a 6x6. This is an art panel, and it comes with a set of 3 of them. And this is like a gesso board is what this is. So this one is a vinyl. Hi, my name is Teresa Kovlak, and today I am going to show you some tricks about painting outside with alcohol inks. So because they are fumy, we like to have a well-ventilated area. Well, a nice place to paint is outside. So that's what we're going to do today. First of all, I'm using a new wide variety of colors made by Ranger. And I'm also going to be giving their sterling a try too. So what we're going to be painting on is a 6x6 alcohol ink panel, and you can pick these up through Ranger. It comes in a 3-pack, and what's nice about these is it's double-sided. So if you paint a painting here and you don't really want to wash it off because you like it kind of, but don't know if you really like it, instead of washing it off, you can flip it over and paint yourself another painting on the other side. So these art panels come in a pack of 3, and it's a 6x6. So that's trick number 1. When you're painting outside with the inks, it's a lot easier to paint smaller. Trick number 2 would be have a little bottle of alcohol that you can just have setting on the side to put into your inks to keep them from drying out, and it'll keep them flowing. And you'll see that I'll probably have to add alcohol to this a couple of times. Now, I am using the 99% alcohol because this is what I use most of the time. On an outside project, it would actually be better to do the 91%. But I have the 99, and that's what we're going to use. So keep yourself a smaller piece to paint on, and then go with the lower percentage, the 91%. So let's go ahead and get started here. Like I said, we're trying out some new colors, and I'm super excited to see how they work. And we're just going to go ahead and start grabbing onto some color. This one is the Glacier, and wow, what a great blue that one is. So being that I have beach type colors out, that's what we're going to go with. And that first one was Glacier, and this one here is Laguna. And I am leaving some white patches open. Also, I'm not going to paint to the total edge. It's totally up to you if you want to do that. And we'll go ahead and get some color going in that sky. That's a little more of that glacier. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do, but we're just going to play it by ear. This is a little Monsoon. And I have quite a bit of alcohol in that one. That's alright, we'll just keep working it. Makes it nice for our sky. And you know what, since we have that silver, I think we'll go with an evening beach scene. So I'm just going to bring that right down to the horizon line. Still the same ink on my brush. Just kind of pulling it over. Grab a little bit more of that Monsoon. It's a really nice evening color. And maybe we do want to go all the way to the edge. Well, let's do it. Go ahead and just bring it to the edge. And again, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm still using the Monsoon. Want that a nice dark sky since we're going to do it a evening painting. Just covering up that white. And clean off our brush a little. Let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of that Colbalt. A little bit more. It's a nice color blue. And we'll go ahead and put in a little more of that Glacier. And just bring it on over. This is my neighbor walking on by, so when she looks at this video, hi neighbor. Oh, and of course my dog has to bark too. Come here, sugar. So my dog is sitting here painting with me and my neighbor's walking by. But that's what happens when you're painting for a video. So we'll go ahead and grab onto a little bit of that Laguna, and we're just going to bring that green right in there. See, that's one of the neat things when you're painting outside. You get to see your neighbors and fresh air. So we're just going to go ahead and finish this off. Bring a little bit more of that Glacier in there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do in here. No, I want that just blended a little bit more. And this is a beautiful rosewood. We'll go ahead and grab some of that. And we'll just take and pull that over. Maybe like there's a little rocky formation here. And a little bit of black. Just like I'm trying to make like a little rocky area. And just kind of pull that over. I'm going to clean down my brush. And I'm going to grab a little bit of this Dijon. And we'll go ahead and bring some in right here. We want to be careful that we don't get that going green. So we're just pulling a little bit of that ink out. all I have on my brush is a little of that 99% alcohol. Just like the little rocks are kind of coming into the shoreline. And let's go ahead and work on that ocean just a little bit more. I think I'll bring in a, really love this glacier. I want to bring a little more of that into the sky. Just that cloudy formation. And a little bit of that 99% alcohol. Kind of like that. Go ahead and grab a little bit of this. This is also another color by Ranger. It's a new color. It's moss. I think I'm actually going to put a palm tree in right about here somewhere. Just haven't quite decided. I think it would look nice with one. So, I think I might add a little more color to that water. Grab onto a little alcohol. You can see these have all dried up. So if I'm dipping back in, I gotta grab some alcohol. So another trick about painting outside is it's best to have some kind of covering over top of you, and that'll help protect you and your painting from the sun. And I say protect your painting. You don't want it to dry up too fast, or it'll be so much harder to work with. But if you have a deck or a balcony that's covered, maybe a porch, works great. I'm going to go ahead and grab on just to a little bit more of that yellow, which is Dijon, and just bring that in. And just kind of want a little more color into this water, maybe changing the color up a tiny bit. Kind of like that. All right, so this is that silver that I was, that's sterling, and this is made also by the Ranger company. And I thought this would make a nice moon. So I think we are going to go center. And we're going to give it, that's 3 drops. That's 4, 5, 6. Give that 6 drops there. I'm actually going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to widen it with my paintbrush. Nice full moon. And wipe off a little bit there on the paper towel. I'm going to bring a little bit down. The reason I wiped a tiny bit off on the paper towel is I didn't want to have too much in the water. Really liking that. This time I'm just going to chance it with the paintbrush. just have a reflection coming down. The moon bouncing off the water. And I think I want the moon a little bit bigger, so it's still quite wet. Just bringing that circle out a little bit bigger. It's starting to dry down, so I need to finish up on it. I love that. I absolutely love this sterling silver. So I'm sure you'll see me using that a lot more. Again, I'm gonna just brighten this up in the water, the reflection. This is just what's on my brush left over from painting the moon. And maybe we'll even have a little here on the rocks. Maybe a little over here. Just like it's reflecting off of there. So this one is so worth picking up. If you don't have it, you'll want to get it. I'm going to clean off my brush. Let's go ahead and get that palm tree in there. Now, because it is the evening, I don't really need to worry about doing colors. We'll just go ahead and use our pitch black. And this is the brush that had my sterling on it, so it has a little bit of that. And I'm deciding, do I want the tree to come more this way, but I think we'll go about right here. Pick up a little bit more of that ink. Bring it right on down. And if it works better for you to turn your painting over, just turn it over and do it. Now we're going to put in some big palm tree leaves. Remember, they don't have to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and grab onto a little bit more of that alcohol. Just want to keep my inks loose. I'm going to turn this around. Bring that over. Give it another turn. Dip in that alcohol, just keep my black nice and loose. I always can add more leaves, so I just want to do a little at a time. Just adding some leaves in there. I think we'll go ahead and do a little bit more. Give my painting a little turn. That one's fairly thick, partially because my ink is getting a little thicker and I'm using a little wider brush. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger over here and maybe add in a little more palms. Give that a tiny bit of squeeze, just to keep that ink loosened up. Turn around, take a look at it. I'm liking that. Just like those leaves are blowing. A little bit of breeze on the ocean. Kind of like it. I think I'm going to leave that right there. And I think I'll add just a little bit of twigs around the bottom. Clean that brush off a little bit. And for our twigs, we're just going to grab our fan brush. Just pull some up. Might even be a few over here. That was a little of the pitch black that I was using. Clean off my brush. I'm going to grab onto a little bit of green. I'm grabbing both. That's the moss and the Mojito. M-O-J-I-T-O. So however you pronounce that correctly. Grab a little bit more. I don't mind having a little bit of green in there, but I don't want too much. And I think I'm actually going to come in with a little bit of that rosewood. Just to help darken it down just a tiny. It's a great color too. Really like that. There we go. Like it. How about you? If so, give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you'd like to see more of my tutorials. And, you know, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. That's all I need from you to let me know that you'd like to see more. So again, my name is Teresa Colbalt, and you can see more of my work on Instagram. And thanks again for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you take your paints and go outside and do a painting outside now. Bye-bye.